probably shit, but if I just spend a quid, it really won't matter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, back from our Transformers Transformation review thing. You look at that. Oh, if I go there. I've come to a slightly different part of the room because when I do that, as you can see, it just goes, you know, big flash of white. If I go over there, it looks like tonight's review will be brought to you by a ghost because it's just this white out. So I've had to move. New haircut, green t-shirt. New haircut because it's hot. And if you've got curly hair, Dave, you know what I mean. Dave Immense. Well, he once commented on my curly mo, and I've been preoccupied with curly mo ever since. So I try not to have a curly mo, Dave, because you said curly mo, and that I shouldn't be taken seriously. And I actually agreed with you. Anybody with a curly mo shouldn't be taken seriously. Excuse me. So I've had to trim it back a wee bit. It's much better and cooler, as in temperature. Also for school. But so yeah, less of that. Green t-shirt. You know why? Look at these dirty knees. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to say it again. It's auto assembly. I'll go this way, shall I? There you go. Auto assembly. Shall I go on about auto assembly another bit? Yeah, why not? Come to auto assembly. It's going to be awesome. If you haven't got your ticket, you're probably a bit too late. It's next week. It's next week. Today's Sunday, so it's kind of this week, really, isn't it? Most of you probably watch this on Monday or Tuesday, so it is. Let's say this week. Tonight. You see, picture it, Sicily, 1984. Now, I don't know why I always go to 1984. What was happening in 1984? What was it? I was 10 in 1984. It's probably unremarkable, really. But last year, was it last year or the year before? The year before last. Anyway, I started on this kind of slight fixation. I say slight fixation. I have over 700 Transformers. Anybody? Tell me about your mother. But you know the way it's kind of swings and roundabouts or phases and anti-phases. I made a little sound engineering joke there. Just God, I'm good. Where was I? Oh yeah. Well, when I started collecting, it was Cybertron season because Cybertron was on the shelves. I started collecting during Cybertron, so that was then, and I think that got the ball rolling. And then very, very, very soon after Cybertron, it was G1, and they're all, where are they? There's a lot of G1 over there. There's a whole lot of G1 over there. And there's some over there, and etc. And then it was probably Beast era rather. I sidled my way into the Beast era because I think I dismissed Beast Machines at first. Full absolute folly to dismiss Beast Machines because it's fucking awesome. There's some very, very sweet things there. And anyway, so one of the others was well, the Unicron trilogy. I got most of those, and I got all my Beast Wars. Blah blah yakety smack. And that was Universe. Just all of a sudden, it was the joys of Universe. There's a couple of cheap ass shit things in Universe. Yes, there are some really cheap ass shit things that really aren't worth collecting, but the problem is once you get into Universe, you kind of want them, even though they're a little bit shit. I'm still getting bleached. And the Universe thing, the Universe fascination hasn't lost me. But my new fascination, and this is what I find about Transformers all the time, you always think, at some point during your Transformers collecting, if you're a fanatic, a proper fanatic like me, and everybody else who's going to auto assembly, really, there can come a point where you think, well, I don't really need to collect anymore now, you know, and then because I kind of got everything I want, but you don't, you really, really don't. After you have everything you want, you'll think, well, I may as well get the other stuff. And then you look at the other stuff and you go, well, I'll start with that. And then you get it in your hand. Fucking Robot Masters. You get that thing in your hand, which is one of the things that I said, well, I may as well have one because, you know, I've got everything else. See? This what happened with, well, Dave Mintz. I'm mentioning you again. I'm naming you twice, maybe thrice, because 3 times a lady. Because now you're a Beast Wars and a Unicron trilogy guy where you never were. You started with the movie bots. What? And so I kind of started the other way around. I'm not ruling out the fact, and I am waiting for that video or those videos, the plethora of. I'm not ruling out the fact that I will never collect, that I will never not, hold on, let me see. Let me just think about this for a minute. I am not ruling out the fact that I may never, not, always, never know. There may come a point in my collecting, during my collecting, where I kind of have everything else, and I go, I may as well get the movie bots. It may happen. It's unlikely, but it may happen. So, you know, people go, I don't want Beast Toys, I don't want Beast Wars, I don't want Beast Machines, I don't want Beast Wars 2. What the fuck is that? Have you seen that animated series? Freaky shit, man. But I think it'll happen. I really think it'll happen. So, to that end, Robot Master. Sorry, there's always a long preamble with me. It's just the way it is. I've had a lot of coriander today. It just Robot Masters. So it started last year. When I was experiencing Universe. I'm still experiencing Universe. That's how one experiences by doing this. With little Leo convoy, Robot Masters Leo convoy, whatever you call it, whatever you like. What's that? And it's not unbroken, but I got a fixed arm, and then I seen the other things, and I started collecting, and then I got the other Beast convoy, which is Optimus Primal, Burning Beast, and I've got the original, and then I've got a few other Robot Masters. Some of the Robot Master stuff was really, really crap, like the little planes. Little planes are a kind of halfway between what Legion and Commander class. I remember kind of shit. But and then so I thought, well, I absolutely had to have him, and of course he's Barney. He's affectionately known as Barney, and if he looks big in my hand, he is a little bigger than some of the other Robot Masters, but it's Megatron. It's Beast Wars Megatron. I'm not going to give you any BG, not even enough to do you any harm, because you know already. Everybody knows about Megatron. Now, there's the original Beast Wars Megatron. The Barney. Yes, the Barneytron. There's his little... Oh, look at him. He's absolutely lovely. Now, we all know and love this guy. No, we don't. Some of us hate it. George Exaggerated LG, he hates this thing. I understand why. That's the... Anybody got a panel? Anybody got this fucking panel? I don't have one of these. I've never had one. I got two of these guys, and both were missing the panels. I definitely had his missiles though, but I don't know where its missiles are going. This is the problem with missiles. They're probably inside a cat somewhere. Great guy. Well, Squatch water. I don't think. Fuck that. Give me this. I want this. So, we all know and love this guy. No, we don't. We all know and love this guy. He's very, very nice. He's a big kind of grey dinosaur. He's purple. I know why people call him Barney, but where this guy is kind of... It looks slightly greyish here, but this guy is very, very purple in comparison. So, I'm going to show you them both in beast mode, and then both in bot mode. So, he's a nice little thing. This guy's getting a little bit bleached by the sun. How are we doing? We're not too bad. Yeah, you see, that's a little better. I'll try and cover up the sun a little bit. He's got a slight hunch there, doesn't he? You know, I definitely won't hold that against him. Now, he doesn't have a spring-loaded bake here. We call them bakes in Northern Ireland, your face. But, so, it'll open and it'll stay open, which is nice, because then you can get him a bit of a pose. But he can't go, hey man, or rather, he can. Yes, he can. You just have to open and close it. Nice little thing. These teeth actually hurt. Yes, they actually do, because I used it to bite a soft part the other day, and it does actually hurt. No missile launchers here. Now, he does have he does have a gun accessory. Don't care. He is an absolute darling. Now, what is Robot Masters? I've just asked myself a question that I don't know the answer to. Fuck it, I don't care. Robot Masters is a little shortened version of your... Sorry, I didn't realise my keyboard was on there. slightly scary, ominous. I just put Megatron onto the piano and all I heard was dome. Obviously shortened versions, tiny versions, slightly less comprehensive. Transformation is almost identical lots of times. There is an animated series. I think it's 12 minutes long or something like that. The whole thing. But it's kind of cool. It's alright, you know. It's better than a poking a head with a sharp stick. Yeah, it's alright. Is there fan fiction? There probably is, but I'm not a fiction guy. I'm not a bio guy. I'm a plastic man. So let's just talk about that. He's a little dinosaur. He's a little purple dinosaur, just like our friend Barney. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. Let's transform him. Very similar transformation. Now I'm just going to take his tail off now. The tail will attach again, and indeed the tail doesn't need to come off, but the transformation is so much easier whenever you do that. It's so much easier. Open up his back, just like the original. Look, this is what made me laugh, and I'm going to start laughing. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Forgot about. Fucking hell. Look at that. Look what you can do with this guy. Like, there's a series of videos I like to see. How to make Transformers look stupid. I've got to do that. Do you know what, guys? We've got to do it. We've got to do that. Transformers in really silly poses or in transformations that look really silly. This guy, he kind of got this odd, knowing smile on his face as well. Look. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to go away and have a little word with myself there, but I just descended into ridiculousness. It is funny though. I'm deadly serious. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury out there, you Transformers YouTube geeks like myself, we need... Sorry. It would be really cool and really funny, and it would please me and us greatly if we were to post up a series of videos that were to show Transformers in ridiculous poses, things that made them look utterly ridiculous. For example, Megatron with a little fist hanging out of his rear end. I just what's this? You know, the mirth can be multiplied if you just kind of do. Now he looks like he's in pain. I've got to stop. I'm sorry. Sorry. So we've got to do that. This is. What are we going to call it? 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 Transformaniacs. Maybe. Anyway, carry on. Carrying it. Well done to Cara. Well done. Well done for having the balls to have a Megatron with a fist hanging out of his ass. Well done. Really well done. Transformaniacs. That's Transformaniacs #1. Robot Masters Megatron. Do this exactly the same way. Forgot to say his head moves, but there you go. Heads move generally, don't they? Around this time they start to move anyway, and if they don't, then you should write to your MP. First of all, I'll give him a little leg. See, the transformation is very, very similar. Put his little arms out of the way. I'm going to try and do it so that... yes, I can head reveal now. Money shot, as I call it. It's a little filthy, but there you go. And it will pin very nicely to the place. Little heels. Sorry, that's the very last thing. There we go. Little Robot Masters Megatron. Oh, look at him there. Bless him. He looks a little bit vulnerable there, doesn't he? Let's make him look slightly more vulnerable. Oh, poor little Megatron. Compared with, of course, compared with the irregular Beast Wars Megatron. Sorry, let me just go back into here. Compared with regular Beast Wars Megatron. Here he is. He's an awful lot smaller, isn't he? But the head sculpt is, you know, similar. This one's a little more show accurate, I think, and doesn't have these fucking bat wings. You know, that guy looks silly already. He's an awful lot smaller, isn't he? But this is what I like about Robot Masters, the fact that they are smaller, that they do have this kind of echo feature. You know, that's what I call it. I'm going to call it echo. Now, I'm going to put this back on because I need to show you it, don't I? So that came off there, and it does occasionally. Transformaniacs. I like the sound of that. Because here he has a fist, you see? And that's what we always found. That's what we always wanted. Now, part of the reason why people hate the original Beast Wars Megatron is because it's a big purple dinosaur, rather like a Barney. And that panel, can I have a panel, please? Make me so happy. And part of the reason why everybody hates him is also because he doesn't have actually any hands. He's got a T-Rex and a T-Rex tail. And that's it, you know. He's not going to be very good with sushi or anything like that. Just, you know, it is a little bit laughable that should be the case. But here he actually has a hand again. Sorry, I'll take him off. He's I got a P mode. Nice little set of high heels there, Megs. Yes, he obviously shops at the same places that I don't know where I was going with that. You can't put this back on. It just kind of wraps around his little fist here. So you can have a kind of a shield mode kind of thing. Can I give him a shield mode? Something like that. Is that like a shield mode? You can still have the kind of pincer claws. I gotta stop saying kind of. For God's sake, I've been using the English language for nearly 40 years. He's got this pincer mode, which is fine. Now, there is a little problem. I mean, I prefer him like this, to be fair. The problem is then, what do you do with it? Not an awful lot you can do with it. You can't store it, but in the spirit of G1, you can look after it. Just look after it. He is a very, very nice little thing. Barney. Transformaniacs, anybody? I think that could be a goer. That's an area of Transformersdom that we haven't covered yet. I mean, I definitely want to put this guy in with his fist hanging out of his ass mode, because it just makes me laugh so much. Really funny. Having said that, I love Robot Masters. It's the new thing du jour for me. I'm going to Auto Assembly next week, as are all you guys. All the cool people are going to be there. Be there or be square. All the cool people are going to be there. All the UK people who have enough money saved up is what I mean, of course. And I'm going to be wanting some more Robot Masters. How many Robot Masters, please, do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I've got 9 now. Yeah, I've got 9. By far for me, the best, and the ones you should start collecting. And every Transformers fan should have it. And all the Transformers fans that I know who like Beast Wars would like the Beast Convoys and Beast Megatron versions of these, whether they be Lion or Gorilla. I would definitely recommend them. Nice bots to have. Nice little bots to have. That is one of the keys for me. I just like how they look. I like this shrunken size. Quite refined, very elegant, very, very nice. And extremely funny in the case of Megatron. Who knew? He's giving birth. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly Auto Assembly. Transformaniacs, let's see it. Good night.
Now that's what I call a robot in disguise. Thank you very much. Good night.